Welcome back to the Disciplined Degens podcast. We are so back now for NFL season. We're absolutely locked in. I'm here with the biggest degen I know. I haven't said that in how many months now? Since the last episode was right before the Super Bowl, right?
No Super Bowl talk.
Yeah, no Super Bowl talk. New year for both of us. My Eagles went on a fucking downward spiral at the end of the season. Gino's 49ers, not the right result either. At the end of the day, there's 31 losers every season and one winner. That's it. You either won the Super Bowl or you didn't. And it's a fresh season. It's 0-0 for everybody. And that brings me to something I want to bring up. This isn't even on the script here, but NFL Underdogs week 1, bro. I got to talk about this real quick.
Please.
NFL Underdogs 22, 25, and 1 straight up on the money line the past 3 seasons in week 1.
Straight up.
Money line, not against the spread, right? And I did see a couple clips on social media. 6-point dogs or higher have done very well against the spread in week 1 as well. So that's something that Gino and I are going to take into account here as we go through the slate for week 1 on this show. But first, we have some housekeeping stuff, so let's get into it. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe. This podcast will be on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube every single week on the Matty Bets channels. And we will have tons of clips for you guys on social media as well. And then big reminder, you guys can scroll to any part of the segment you guys want to see. I know not everyone has a couple hours to spend on a podcast. That's why we put chapters at the bottom of it. If you want to scroll to your favorite game, to the dog of the week part, whatever you want, feel free to do that on the episode. And last but definitely not least, this podcast is presented by betopenly.com. If you haven't made an account yet, you need to run to the description section right now on the YouTube episode and go make an account, because if you haven't made an account, you just don't like money at this point.
I don't like money.
It's legal and pretty much available in almost every U.S. state, Canada, all over. You guys need to go make an account right now, betopenly.com, and go get some action in. Gino and I all season are going to be giving you guys crazy odds because we're homers and we like to bet our teams on Bet Openly. I'm even going to do some crazy shit for the UFC the rest of this year. So go make an account right now. And let's go ahead and dive into it. So before we break down the game slate of every week, we now have 3 segments we're going to do on the podcast. So we have a little bit of fun first. We're going Peasant of the Week, where we're going to absolutely make fun of whether it's a coach, a player, a team, a gambler, whatever happened the week before. We're going to highlight someone as our Peasant of the Week. Our second segment is going to be Sharp or Square, where we give out not our official plays on games, but we tell you whether we think a specific side is sharp or square. And then last but not least, we're going to do a buy or sell segment as well. So let's dive into the first segment, which is our Peasant of the Week. Gino came up with this one. I thought it was a great idea. What do you guys think about Jamar Chase? This man, I'm never going to hate on someone holding out for their money, but Jamar Chase is on record saying that he wants to make 1 penny more than Justin Jefferson in his contract negotiations. What do you think about that, bro?
I mean,
1 penny.
Petty. What is dude's deal?
Ego, right? That's an ego thing.
Like, these guys know how the world works. Every year the cap is higher than the previous year. He has 2 years left on his contract. Why would he want to renegotiate right now when he has 2 years to get 1 penny more than Jefferson when he could crush this year with a healthy Burrow and re-break the record next year? It's impatience to me. I mean, I hate what Ayuk did to us with a year left, but Jamar has 2 years left.
And Ayuk just got re-signed, right? It's done?
Yeah. I mean, these dudes, I don't know how the NFL is going to get through this.
Yeah.
When you're on a contract year, it makes sense. When your contract's up, it makes sense.
2 years is excessive.
2 years is like, dude, some of these dudes are signing 3 and 4 years. Like, what? Yeah. At what point? What's the contract? And then can it go the other way? I think if we learned one thing, NFL owners ain't going to lay down. So I'm curious how this plays out. But Peasant of the Week, obviously we respect Jamar, but
hey, he's an absolute monster.
The 1 penny.
And again, I don't usually ain't gonna I ain't gonna hate on guys holding out for money because business is business.
Business is business. I
But
get
this
it.
is different. Gino nailed it. 2 years left on the contract and asking to be the league's highest paid receiver by a penny. To me, that sounds more of an ego thing. So we'll see how that plays out. But let's get and move on to the next segment of the show. This is going to be a very fun one to do all season here. Everyone says it's a square play or man, that's a sharp play. But like, what does that truly mean? So we're going to give you guys our opinion every single week. I'm going to start with a team here. Is this sharp or square? The Cincinnati Bengals to cover in week 1. I'm going to ask Gino here. Is that sharp or is that on the square side? What do you think?
First, I'll answer. It's big square. Big square. Secondly, not all games are sharp or square. So you will hear us explain that sometimes. To Maddie's point on social media, everyone will label everything as sharp as square. Everything is a trap. A lot of times we're just doing it for entertainment. But just know that not all games are sharp or square. This is a square game. If you look, the line's pretty locked in. More tickets, more money on Cincy, and not moving an inch. There is no news or any reason for that to be holding other than the books are comfortable with their exposure.
Facts. That's Cincy, I think, is one of the squarest plays of the week. And remember, that doesn't mean it's going to win or lose, guys. We're just saying, is it sharp or square? All right, next up. My Philadelphia Eagles -3 against the Green Bay Packers, sharp or square?
Oh, man. I think this is going to be my squarest pick of the week. I'm almost calling Green Bay square in this situation. Green Bay ends the season high. Philly ends it low. People are really high on Green Bay. Their quarterback's, I think, 4th in the MVP voting. The coach is getting a lot of praise. People were talking about if the coach in Philly's like on the outs. Obviously, now there is some positive talk of who, you picked up Saquon and stuff.
Yeah.
So this is a harder one for me to say sharp or square. I do think the line and odds are moving how they should be. And jumping ahead, because I got put on spot, I do take a couple square plays a week. I think I'll be on Green Bay money line. I don't think the points matter in this game.
Yeah. So 65% of the tickets, it looks like, is on Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm seeing more tickets, more money. It did move. I've seen
a lot of 2.5s.
Yeah.
Which the 2.5s makes you feel like that's the square play on.
Then it makes Philly feel square, right?
Bro. I've been on record, not really on record, but I've been talking, the last week or so. I honestly think, as an Eagles fan, bro, it feels like such a trap. The 2.5 number specifically.
And I'm seeing people say that Green Bay's power rankings number 2 behind Kansas City. They're disrespecting my Niners like that.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I could see my Eagles dropping week 1 and then rattling off a win streak just because we got a lot of moving pieces coming into the new season. This game's in Brazil. I don't know. I don't have an official pick, but, for the sake of sharp or square here, I'm going to say the Eagles are a little on the square side this week.
I love it. We're both saying our side's a square. This is just the gambler that always thinks they're going to lose.
Yeah.
And what I will say too, to add to Maddie's point, if you're Green Bay, you got to be happy. You didn't have to go into Philly.
Yeah.
You guys lost the home game. That's
true. It's pretty, although Brazil might be very comparable to Philly.
It could be all in the favelas. So yeah, I mean, I think Philly spread is the square side here.
I agree. All right. Last but not least, this one is probably pretty obvious, but I got to ask you anyways.
We got to have fun with this one.
The Buffalo Bills -6 against the Cardinals in Buffalo, sharp or square?
Oh, man. It's got to be square.
Agreed.
It's got to be.
I think it's square as fuck. Because perception-wise going into the season, the Bills are still, I don't think they had the aura they used to have where everyone's like, that's the Super Bowl, top 2 or 3 predictive winner. But I think everyone's still low on the Cardinals. You look at this number and you're like, oh, I can take a powerhouse at home to win by a touchdown or more. I'm hammering that, right? And we'll get into our official picks, but man, Arizona looks like a solid dog here. So, all right, let's move on to our last segment before we dive into, the game slate here and go over all the primetime games. But we're going to do buy or sell here. Now, because we don't have a week under our belt, we're not going to do teams here or picks. We're going to do something different. So, first up, Gino, are you buying or selling? It is way too expensive and complicated to watch the NFL this year, you need the following platforms: Peacock, Amazon, YouTube, Netflix, and ESPN Plus to basically see all the games, and the price is high as ever. Buy or sell?
I'm buying that. I think everyone will agree here. So hopefully all can come together and argue our faces off the rest of the podcast. Dude, this is criminal. Like, one of my favorite memes is like, someone should come together and get all the stations under one bill, aka cable. Dude, we chopped up cable, and these snakes, they make them all seem cheap at $5 or $10 a pop, but then when you buy them all, you're at $250 a month.
Yeah.
Dude, this shit. Comcast ran up the bill. I think my cable growing up, I'm getting all inflation aside, was like $50 a month. Comcast, when I moved out of California, was like $350 a month.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to be fucking pissed if I go to watch a game that I got a couple racks on, and I find out it's one of these one-off games that gets
100%.
stacked in the back every week.
To me, and I'm buying as well, to me, I don't care much about the price. Like, I think all these companies need to charge for their product, including the UFC, ESPN, all these companies. But to me, it's the convenience factor. It's like we all have businesses or jobs or school or different things. You ain't fucking preparing to like watch on a random platform before a Thursday night game or a Sunday night game. Let's be honest, you're turning the TV on 5 minutes before the game starts. And then you turn the TV on, you realize that it ain't on fucking ESPN tonight. It ain't on YouTube TV. It's here or there. Like, it needs to be simplified, bro. Like,
it's criminal.
I
honestly don't even know. I bought the NFL ticket, and I don't think that covers everything, right?
Yeah. No, it's definitely. I don't know.
And that's the
you
scary
guys tell
part.
us in the comments.
We don't even know.
Anyone that's watching right now on YouTube, give us a summary. Anyone that is an expert in this shit and knows,
this is criminal.
Give us a summary right now in the comments. Tell us, to somebody that doesn't know where everything's going to be streaming or aired for the whole season, tell us in the comments right now where, give us a quick summary, because I don't know. So let's move on. Let's talk about this Brazil game. Buy or sell? It's very dangerous for players and fans in the NFL international games in week 1 on a Friday night to be at the Eagles versus Packers games in Brazil. Are you buying or selling that it's dangerous?
Do you know where it's playing in Brazil? What city?
No.
Okay. So I've been to Brazil probably 5 times. Don't wear a Rolex in Brazil.
Is that real?
I mean, yeah, dude, people would absolutely come up with, dude, when I lived in Argentina, you wouldn't wear a Rolex there. Yeah, no, like, if you're going to Brazil, go through and, take off your necklace, take off your watch, and go in a t-shirt. No disrespect to
it's in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Sao Paulo, the capital. So
yeah,
dude, Sao Paulo, they have rough favelas and everything. Favela is their word for, ghetto or hood.
I gotta ask Moicano and Gilbert this question.
Oh, dude, they'll tell you flat out they would not wear a Rolex. Even tough dudes like that. There's just dudes that have nothing to lose that would come up to you for it.
But I guess the question is, because if you're buying or selling on this, the question is it blown out of proportion? Like, is mainstream media blown out of proportion?
Yeah, sorry, I gave you such a boring answer. Like, I'm taking off my Rolex if I go into Brazil. My necklace is coming off. I'm not rolling up like that. At the same time, if you roll up, t-shirt, no necklace, shorts and shirt, no one's gonna bug you.
No one's gonna mess
like
you.
It's just if you're flashy. But dude, some idiot tourists go down there and dude, you get drunk at these games.
Yeah.
Now you're drunk, cheering in someone's face in someone else's hood. And Sao Paulo is very hilly, so like there's a lot of, it's hard to get around. I don't want to throw too much shade. I've been to many parts of Brazil that are completely fun, completely safe, and the people are amazing. Don't wear jewelry. I'll leave it at that.
Got it. Okay. All right. Last but not least, are we buying or selling? This Buffalo Bills offense is going to fall off big time this year without Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis.
Dude, I'm going to sell that a little bit. I actually think Josh Allen's what holds them together. Stephon Diggs, you never want to lose a dude like Stephon Diggs, obviously. So I'm curious how much he spread out defenses and opened it up for Josh Allen versus Josh Allen spreads out defenses, opens up for receivers. So
yeah,
my question, sorry to answer your question with a question, but I'm going to buy Josh Allen a little bit, that his ability to create with his feet and spread out the defenses remains. But no one likes losing a dude like Diggs.
I'm going to buy on that personally, because I'm not selling Josh Allen. It's more like, this is the NFL. One person can't do it all, no matter how talented you are. I mean, you got Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, Curtis Samuel, but like, bro, James Cook's good, but like
They're gonna run a
I think
different defense.
I think this Bills team is gonna underperform this year. So I'm gonna buy the fact that the Bills have lost some good players
They've
here
lost
in
talent.
Diggs and Gabe Davis, and I just see them kind of falling off a cliff, in my opinion. So
There's a
we'll have
chance.
to monitor that and see how that plays out. So let's get and dive into prime time, bro. I'm very excited. Very great matchup for the season opener here. So we have the Baltimore Ravens coming into Kansas City. The spread right now is it 3.5 or 2.5 on Bet Openly? I typed it in wrong.
Yeah, here
So right now you're going to get the Chiefs at minus 138, the Ravens at plus 138. If you guys are confused on why the odds are like
and it's
that,
plus minus 3.
Peer-to-peer on betopenly.com, the only place you can get, pretty much the only place you can get a no vig betting odds. Guys, these primetime games are getting fulfilled at a 90+% rate. So if you're going to ever bet a primetime game, go check out betopenly.com in the description. A 3-point spread here in Kansas City, over under 47.5. Which way are you leaning here and why?
Yeah, and this has dropped a little bit too. The over under is 46. So the money line's at spot on. Maddie got that. So yeah, dude, I'm leaning under here. Man, this breaks my heart to say this. I actually think the Chiefs defense is going to really frustrate the Ravens in this opening game. I know we got some new pieces of the puzzle for the Ravens. I hate how good this Chiefs defense is, or at least appears to be with Spagnuolo. So I like the under the best in this game. I like the Chiefs too. Man, nothing would make me happier than a Chiefs week 1 L. And this is the team. If there's one team in the AFC that can give it to them, it's the Ravens. I just hate this matchup. I really think it's priced right. The minus 3 is accurate. The minus 138 is accurate. I see this game finishing like 23-17. Chiefs.
And it looks like that over-under is now down to 46 on Bet Openly, guys. So I think Gino's head's in the right spot because the under's already dropped a 1.5 here.
Yeah.
This is a tough one for me. It's actually a pretty split game consensus-wise. It looks like 50-50 on the tickets here. So it's a tough spot here. I'm pretty high. I think the Ravens are going to have a good season, but I got to go with the defending champs at home here in this spot. So I'm going to lean Kansas City. Now remember, guys, these are show picks. These are not official picks for the most part. So if you see my betting card or Gino's betting card inside of the Discipline the Gens community, just make sure you understand that anything we say on the show is an initial lean, and it may not mean it's going to be actually on our full betting card. But I'm going to go Chiefs here. I'm going to not touch that over under for now. I think 46 is right where it needs to be. So I'm going to leave it alone. But to recap, Gino is on the Chiefs and the under, or just the under?
I like the under as my top pick in this game.
Yeah.
And sadly, I'll have a little bit of heat on
Kansas City.
I'll have a little bit of heat on the Chiefs.
Yeah. I mean, that 3-point spread, you're telling me you're just telling me this is an even matchup, on a neutral field, or pretty close.
And that's what I'm sadly selling. I think the Chiefs got better this offseason, which scares me a little bit. Obviously, picking up a beast of a running back for Baltimore is nothing to scoff at. I just think it's overhyped versus what the Chiefs did and how they went out and drafted and recruited.
I think Isaiah Pacheco is super underrated too.
I also hate that the Chiefs got my San Diego State punter, that savage stud that got falsely accused of rape. A terrible story. That the guy, Bills should have got him.
Yeah.
That's another story. Why do the Bills not get their draft pick?
Yeah.
2 years later, that's criminal.
They got Juju too. Juju Smith-Schuster. I think he'll have a solid season in Kansas City. So,
dude.
Hey, Carson Wentz is a hell of a backup for Kansas City. My boy Carson.
I mean, hopefully Mahomes doesn't need it. But remember, he had that ankle issue last year. He was hobbling around. Dude.
Carson's a guy to come in and win you a couple games.
That's all you need.
Career, so we'll see what happens there. But all right, let's move on to the next game. Normally we'd be going Thursday night football to Sunday, but we have a Friday night football game in Brazil. We were just talking about a few minutes ago here. So the Green Bay Packers come to Brazil as a plus 142 underdog. My Philadelphia Eagles is the minus 142 favorite. The spread right now, I believe, is sitting at 3 on Bet Openly. You guys are going to see a couple 2.5 lines out there on a lot of sports books. So if you like the Packers, you should probably check out betopenly.com because you're not going to get a better money line and spread than what it's at right now. Over under, I believe, is 48.5. Let's see if that number is nope, still 48.5. You can get even money on both sides, boys. BetOpenly.com. What are you leaning on here, Gino? Please be my Eagles, bro.
Maddie's gonna hate this one. You know, I made a joke earlier on Twitter. I said, if y'all want to just make a couple units, bet both Green Bay money line and Ravens money line because one of these two is winning. So that said, I don't think it's the Ravens. So I'm gonna this might be my squarest play of the week. And when I say that, maybe it's not even square. Maddie was telling me all the tickets are on Philly. Maddie was actually educating me right before the show. So, dude, apparently the Eagles are getting a bunch of tickets. I like the Saquon move. It reminds me of CMC. There's a lot of reasons to like the Eagles. They did lose a home game here, being down in Brazil. But I just remember how Green Bay ended the season. They're going in the right direction. I think they're one of the youngest teams. They have playoff experience. They were up 17 on my Niners. This is just an EV positive play from the sense that I cannot believe I can get plus 142 on these Packers. I have this as a dead even game. I will not be surprised either way who wins this game. And I wouldn't be surprised if the spread doesn't even come into play. So that's where I blindly take the plus 142.
Yeah, me personally, I've been saying for a while, the Eagles in week 1 scares the shit out of me. I'm an Eagles fan, and this is a week that I'm personally not going to be betting them. I probably won't bet against them either.
Oh, that a baby?
48.5, bro. I love this under. I'll tell you one thing. I think my Eagles are going to be very much run heavy this year. I think we have to establish the run. We brought Saquon in for a reason. I can see a world where this game gets off to a very slow start. I'm predicting 3-0 in the first quarter, maybe 0-0. In Brazil, both teams traveling there. You know, a lot of offseason additions. I think this game gets off to a super slow start. I'm going to predict that. This is like a 24-21 game one way or the other, and I'm going under 48.
Yeah, it's a high total.
That's definitely going to make my card is the under.
And I got Love in 2 of my 3 fantasies.
No pun intended. Oh, you have Love?
He's my quarterback.
I have Jalen in every league.
You're sick. Dude, Love was falling to me in like 7th and 8th round. I was like, what? Well, we'll see. Yeah, I hope he airs it out. Maybe he gets a bunch of yards and not points. I'll take it. So you didn't sound too. We're actually not against each other here. I'm more on Green Bay. You're not buying selling either way, and you're on the under. And I don't really have a lot of push on this total yet.
For sure. All right, let's move on to the Sunday slate. We got the 1 p.m. Eastern games up first. We got Russell Wilson on his new team. The Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to Atlanta with Kirk on his new team. That's a hell of a narrative right there, right?
It is.
2 NFL veterans that have had success in previous years on their new squads. There's got to be an NFL system for this scenario, right? There's got to be something out there.
Dude, I'm a Survivor junkie. I have 3
And by the way,
cards.
when your Survivor or your Dog of the Week or whatever comes up, just say it on the show whenever we get to that game.
Yeah.
So that'll be the perfect time to do it. But this game right here, Russell Wilson is a plus 165 underdog on the road here at Atlanta with the spread as the Falcons -3 over under 42.5. I got to tell you this, I was on the under the first 2 games. This feels like an over to me. This is a low number. I think one of these teams could explode here. You don't know what to expect when you got 2 new offenses. Like, what does the defense expect here? I feel like this number is super low. It's just first glance what I look at, but what are you leaning on here?
Yeah, the question is, all I was going to say with that Survivor comment was, this is what you avoid. You avoid all these moving parts. Like you don't know how to read it. Pitt has a top defense. Mike Tomlin has a winning record his entire career. So it's like, you don't like fate in that. And we don't know what we're getting with Russ. Russ looked freaking down and out in Denver. So you don't love all that. It's like, okay, is this a new Russ? We have no idea.
Yeah.
And Pitt did all they need was a consistent quarterback. Their quarterback was talented, but he was missing very open receivers. So it's super interesting. I actually thought Ayuk was going to go to Pitt. I'm surprised that didn't work out. So they already have a talented receiving core. So yeah, when I see this game, I'm under here just on default. That
really,
yeah, it's not that I love the game. It's I don't think Pittsburgh's gonna be able to score a lot But I do think they're going to be able to play defense and be the old Pittsburgh and potentially get some first downs to steal the field.
And by the way, not to interrupt you, but outside of last season, the Steelers are fucking really good in week ones.
Oh,
If you look at 2 years ago, 3 years ago, so not last year, but the year before and the year before that, they were 6-point dogs in both games on the road. They beat Buffalo in Buffalo, and they beat another team as a 6-point dog one of those years as well. Last year was your Niners, so they just had a bad matchup. But I think that the Steelers always surprise people in week one, so it's something to look at.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised. I do think Atlanta's a little, I don't know, they're going to be good, man. So I was just going to say they're overbought, but I think Atlanta's going to be good. I think they're going to have a pretty cush division.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, I think, will actually challenge them a little bit. The other two teams.
Who do you think will have the better 2024 season? Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson, go.
Cousins,
no doubt.
Not even a question. With this game, though, I don't like this game. There's just too many moving parts. I don't love Atlanta's defense. I got their kicker in some of my fantasy because I don't think they'll be able to punch it in. So, yeah, when you make me, that's what the show is all about, guys, putting our name next to bets. The one bet I'll actually put in on this game is going to be the under 42.5. I can't get myself to take spread or money line.
I'm very torn on this game because I lean Falcons just because I'm high on Kirk Cousins. I'm high on the roster that they have. But I also know the Steelers do surprise people in week one. However, I think I still have to go with the Falcons here. I just think too highly of them. They're the division favorites. They're a good home team in Atlanta. I like Kirk Cousins. I'm way more sold on Kirk Cousins having success than I am Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's got to be looking over his shoulder all season with Justin Fields back there. You know, and then they're going to be moving Justin Fields in for certain packages, playing both of them.
They drafted a QB too. The kid that lost the Natty. The kid from their first round draft pick's a quarterback.
Yeah, they don't know they have all these people. They're in rebuild mode to me. So they have.
That's why I'm so surprised people have them as win now. Like, why did they pick up a
Kyle Allen, Justin Fields, and Russell Wilson?
Oh, you're talking about Pitt.
I'm talking about Pitt. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I jumped over to Atlanta. My bad, dude.
No, I'm talking about Pitt.
Yeah, I'm rusty. I'm rusty.
I think Kirk Cousins has the keys to the franchise right now, whereas Russell Wilson, only got one key, right? Like Justin Fields has a key too. Like they're sharing it, right? And I just think Cousins is gonna have a great season. Dude, he would be if you think of it this way, the Falcons are favored to win their division. If Cousins plays really well, why can't he compete for an MVP?
Dude, he absolutely can.
As crazy as that sounds.
They did lose Ridley. Calvin Ridley's a good receiver.
So they have they have Bijan Robinson, who's
great,
super underrated, very good running back. You got Drake London. You got Kyle Pitts, who's going to have his coming on party this year. I think he's going to ball out this season. I just think you have a really good defense around you. You have a good roster. I just think the Falcons are going to be good this season.
You're on Atlanta, bruh.
I'm on Atlanta.
I'm going to buy just a little low on Tampa Bay, just the value. But they're I think Atlanta's better.
Tampa Bay or even Pittsburgh?
No, I'm talking about in the division.
Division.
Yeah, a lot of people like Atlanta to win the division. I'm just saying I'm selling a little bit. In this game, though, I'm just going under.
Yeah. All right.
Just slow and
clunky. On the under.
It's too sketchy. It's too low.
I'm going to lean Falcons in the over here, but probably just Falcons. Let's move on. Up next, we have the Arizona Cardinals coming to Buffalo. The Cardinals are a plus 248 underdog on Bet Openly, and they're getting 6 points here on the road. The over-under right now is at 48 even. What are you leaning on here, bro? I love this game.
So I
love this game.
Let me go
first, actually.
Yeah, go first. Go first.
All right. This is my bold prediction of the week, and this is also my dog of the week.
Okay, do it.
Arizona Cardinals, keep the damn points. Give me the money line. The narrative after week one is that Buffalo fucked up. They lost their weapons. Their franchise is going in the wrong direction. I'm telling you, that's going to be the narrative after week one. Arizona is coming into Buffalo. Kyler Murray is going to show out. The Cardinals are going to win this game outright. 27-20. Keep the damn points. Give me the money line. Plus 248 on Bet Openly. If you're in the comment section right now, drop a comment. If you like Buffalo, fuck it. I'll give you Buffalo minus 200 on Bet Openly right now, as long as Gino creates me a link for that.
I got you. And we'll be doing that all year, guys. Maddie's giving away free money.
I'm going 500 on that. $500.
500
I'm
max.
going big on my actual bet.
248. I get it. But yeah. To Maddie's point, and not to make this sound like a commercial, but yeah, you're allowed to be generous on Bet Openly, and we'll be doing that. I'm a straight homer. I'll be giving away points and lines on the Niners all year. So Maddie just gave you Bills minus 200. So, I think Buffalo's a little oversold. That everyone thinks they're going to unwind. So, in our beginning segment, I touched on that this is a chance for, not to shit on Diggs, but for Allen to say, no, I'm the reason the offense is potent. So I think we're going to get a chance. And I actually think they drew a good card to prove that. Arizona's defense is what I'm lowest on. So they're going to have to find a way to, but Maddie's, saying that their offense and Bills is bad. But I just don't like how the Cardinals drafted. I know Marvin Harris Jr. is going to be a beast. I think they'll be able to score some points. So I don't hate Maddie's bet here. I'm sure as hell not taking the Bills minus 6.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of sitting tight on this one. I'm just not, I know who these Cardinals are. I know my NFC West. And they're the kind of defense that could lay down and let Josh Allen put up 30. Their defense is just very hit or miss. So giving this one play, and maybe Maddie you'll buy into this, I'll go over here. I'll go over 48.5, even though you said 27-20. It's
down to 48 too, so that helps you.
I'll go over here in the sense.
That's a big half a point.
Yeah, 100%. I think the Cardinals will be able to score. I'm not high on the Bills defense. And I think I think Allen will be able to put up some points. And even if
the Bills struggle early, Josh Allen can, in a quarter, put up 17. Yeah. I could see the Cardinals
23-27.
I could see the Cardinals getting out to a big lead, and then the Bills kind of like storming back in garbage time. Like,
I'm going 23-27 either way. I don't know which way.
I like it. All right, let's move on to the next one here. We have the new look. Tennessee Titans traveling to the Chicago Bears. It's so funny because I see the picture on there, and you immediately think Derrick Henry.
Yeah, dude, that's even the face.
But Derrick Henry is gone. And
he survived like 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah. And then you see Chicago, and it's so crazy, right? We need a couple weeks of football to play out just to get used to all the changes. But the Titans are a plus 172 underdog traveling to Chicago. They're getting 4 points here on the spread. Over under at 45.5. Which way are you leaning, bro?
So this is my fade the public play of the week. I'm on the Titans. I gave it out at plus 4.5. I got in an argument with a dude on Twitter or X like a month ago. He's like, why would you do 4.5 when it could move to 5? And I explained that the 4.5 hook is more valuable versus 4 than it is from 4.5 to 5.
Yeah.
So I'm betting this when I get the 4.5 because obviously you want all the points you can get, but I don't care that much about 5. But I care about 4.5 versus 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, I gave out the Titans plus 4.5. It's not a lot of value. I thought it would drop to 3.5 by kickoff. I might be wrong on that. I like fading rookie quarterbacks. I like fading super hyped rookie quarterbacks. I like fading first round draft pick 1 overall rookie quarterbacks because a lot of the cap space goes to that rookie quarterback. It's hard to put talent around them.
Yeah.
So I like fading people that have big names leaving. Derrick Henry leaving. Everyone said the Titans would be the worst team in the NFL without him. So I'm buying this Titans defense versus this rookie quarterback. I actually think Caleb's going to have a good career. I'm just not buying into these, Peyton Manning-like, Andrew Luck-like. We can get into a bunch of tangents about him. He does have a really good receiving core around him. The number one gripe I have with first round draft picks is they're usually going into really shitty teams with no one to help them.
Yeah.
He has a good defense. He has a good receiving core. Don't love his O-line, but anyway you slice it, I'm taking the points here. I'm not going as far as money line. I do like it at 172. I think that's a lot of value, but the 4.5 hook I got was nice. Look how high that over-under is. So when people tell me the Titans have a good defense, the Bears have a good defense, I mean, someone knows something we don't know. It's not that low of an over-under with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
It's their second year quarterback, right? Out of Tennessee, I think so.
Yeah, it's Will Levis.
Levis second year, right?
Second
Yeah, I
or
think
third.
last year was when his girlfriend was
That's
like
right,
on
second.
the screen or whatever.
That's right, second. Yeah.
So,
and they have Mason Rudolph as the backup.
okay, yeah,
He's a good backup.
Yeah, I'm going Titans.
They have DeAndre Hopkins, Tyler Boyd, Treylon Burks,
and I think
Calvin Ridley now.
Yeah, they picked up Ridley, and I think
some
DeAndre
weapons, and Will Levis can sling it,
and he can run.
And you got Tony Pollard in the backfield.
Dude, they got Pollard, which is not.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say this over could make a lot of sense.
Right? I think they're both going to air it out.
This over is starting to feel good because neither team is going to be prepared for the other one offensively. You don't know what to expect with all these changes. And you got some serious weapons on the Tennessee.
And it's a head scratching over, dude, with these two teams and defenses.
And I think, I don't know what it is, but I just think the Bears, like, it feels square. I was going to lean. It does feel like a lot of points to give a Titans roster that has that much talent on offense. But I just hate that they got rid of Mike Vrabel, bro. That was one of my favorite coaches in the NFL.
I couldn't believe it that they blamed him.
So dumb. That makes me want to fade them, auto-fade them in week 1, bro.
Yeah, I think some teams, there's just some
But that also hurts their defense, which is another reason I like the over. He's a very good defensive minded
fantastic.
coach.
Dude, there's a lot of owners that are just so impatient and can't deal with personalities that they make mistakes with superstars and they make mistakes with coaches. You see it all the time. Look at Pitt. One of the best things that's happened to Pitt is the stability and longevity of their coach.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right. Well, our official leans, I'm going over 45.5. I don't think I can get there on the Bears. There's too many points to give Titans, and I'm not willing to take.
And I'm Tennessee still taking 4.
Yeah. So my official leans the over.
And I'm on +4.
And you're on +4. All right. Let's get and move on to the next game here. The game of the fucking week. The Patriots +8.5 in Cincinnati.
Dude.
I'll tell you one thing, bro. The Patriots, I think win total was like
3.5.
3.5, 4.
I think it's 3.5.
Yeah, it's hard to go in their schedule and like identify the 3 or 4 games they're supposed to win, bro. They're going to be near double-digit favorites on almost every road game against a half-decent team.
And this will be...
And they're going to be home dogs a lot this year.
This will be...
+3. You know?
They'll be division dogs a lot, too. They played their division tough last year. Yeah. This one, this is going to be again, I told you guys I love Survivor. Everyone's going to be on Cincy.
Yeah.
Because we don't know about Cincy. You know, Burrow has injury problem. You don't want to hold on to Cincy too long.
Didn't Cincy lose last year in week 1?
Oh, dude. They started off cold. They didn't, and they never recovered.
This could be. Could you imagine?
Oh, it would clean
New
out
England
a lot of people.
walks into Cincinnati, pulls off the upset, and half the people in the world lost their Survivor League already.
Very, very possible. I think it'll be as high as 30-something, 40% on Cincy of the plays.
Yeah.
Maybe 30. I don't know. So the only way, in my opinion, that the Patriots challenge.
Oh,
Cincy
I remember last year,
under.
not to interrupt you, but
okay.
They laid a 24-3 loss on the road to Cleveland last year and then came out and lost again to the Ravens. So they started off 0-2.
They got worked.
But they didn't score a single touchdown last season.
The first 2 weeks.
This is what the fucking Bengals do, though. They look like shit early, and then Joe Burrow makes a big run late. You got to wonder, like, what are they going to do in this scenario? You don't know what to expect out of New England. It's going to be funny watching the narrative on New England. If they overperform, then it's going to be about Bill Belichick. And it's going to be, people are going to say, oh, Bill was the problem.
Is that Brissett?
Yeah.
I like Brissett. Actually, Brissett's one of the quarterbacks that I always said just needed a chance. And then when he got it, he didn't do much with it. So I can't.
Right.
But I still like him.
Brissett, Drake May is the backup.
So May's not going to come in week 1. All right. I think someone corrected
me. And then the weapons around Brissett, man, it's just Hunter Henry, Austin.
Did you see what they offered?
Hooper, Demario Douglas, KJ Osborne, Ramondre Stevenson. It's just not the prettiest names around him, bro.
No. Their defense will still be good. So let's go back to your fact.
Who's their star defensive player they lost?
Was it a DB?
No, I think it was like a D end or what's his name?
So what I'm going to go under here, under 40.5. I'm going to go back to the fact that the Bengals start years offensively slow. This could be a nice, ugly 13-7, 13-6, 20-10.
Matthew Judon. Yeah. He was a very good pass rusher.
Yeah. I'm going under. I like all unders on this one too. I think New England Patriots, can make the world a little scared about the Bengals. I'm selling the Bengals a little bit here.
I really don't even have a lean for you guys on this one. This is a game.
Well, you're taking the points, right? Dog money line or dogs?
Yeah, no, week 1, I'm going to blindly take all the money lines. And again, I know you guys have seen my content the last couple of years. I've done this in March Madness and other football seasons. To be clear, I'm not doing this strategy the whole season, but I am just going to do it for week 1. So I will be blindly taking all the dog money lines. But as far as like a show pick or an against the spread pick, I just don't have much for you here. I guess you could lean under, but
we got so much going on, guys. Don't put all your bands on this one.
Yeah, we ain't forcing action on this game. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Up next, we have, this is a great divisional matchup. This is actually, I think, could be game of the week here. Houston Texans on the road, -132 favorite at Indianapolis. Also a 2.5 point favorite on the spread. One of the highest totals of the week, 49.5 points. CJ Stroud looked very good last season. Came on as one of the best QBs, best rookie QBs, one of the best QBs in the game.
Now, dude, the kid is so talented.
He's very, very good. But this, to me, this could have been in the sharp or square section. I think that the Texans are possibly the trap of the week.
I agree with you.
I think.
Well, actually, I got number 2. I'll tell you number.
Remember, we said this on the show.
This is your trap of the week. I got
Colts
one more.
Plus
same spread.
130 at home. Colts historically very good division home dome team. I just think that the Texans could come out. Everyone's going to be on them.
The AFC South plays each other
very strong.
Throat.
Yeah. Jags,
all
Titans,
games.
Always very competitive.
Every one of these games, top to bottom.
Ever since Peyton Manning left, the division's been very even. Peyton Manning used to dominate the AFC South.
It's dead even. So, dude, I like this game. I love the Colts money line here, +132 at home. Come on. You're selling Houston high. Houston had a fantastic first year. I believe it was the first year coach. Bless you.
Thank you.
First year, with my defensive coordinator from the Niners, you had a first year coach with a first year QB. They outperformed everyone's expectations. Their offense was potent, and what'd they do? They picked up more offense.
Yep.
So they're going to be able to score, which makes everyone and their mom and the square world love Houston here.
Yeah.
There is not a square in the world not betting Houston. I will happily be on +132.
And I'll tell you what, the Colts are healthy. It's a new season. The reason they struggled so much last year was injuries. Anthony Richardson, 6'4", 244-pound quarterback. He's a monster. You got Jonathan Taylor, top 3 to 5 running back in the league. Michael Pittman Jr., Mo Alley-Cox.
They're nasty.
I mean, you got Quentin Nelson.
Great defense.
You got some weapons, bro. Like, you have Josh Downs now. Like,
this is going to be a fun game.
You got so many, weapons here. Yeah, I would be division unders usually, but I think the number's right on 49.5. I think that's a solid total. I'm going to just close my eyes, take the dog here at home. I want to keep the damn points. Give me the money line. Indianapolis 27. I'm gonna go 26-24. Colts get it done.
Woo! I like it, my dude.
That's my prediction.
I'm going Colts money line. I have no lean. The overs. You made me bet it. I'm going over, but I'd rather just sit tight and cheer for my Indy D and my Indy offense. I'm gonna keep it one-sided. Colts money line.
I like it. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one here. We have another division game. The Carolina Panthers in New Orleans. The Panthers cost me so much fucking money last year that I'm not. Can you please make sure I don't bet them a single time?
Were you on them every week, money line?
Every time they looked good, they fucking would throw a pick 6. It's unbelievable. They cost me so much money. Every week they had value. It was like, this is the week to take them, and then they're in a close game and they throw a pick 6.
I agree.
It's just unbelievable.
There were so many games where we felt sharp taking them, and then they never came through for us.
So they are a 4-point dog here on the road. +186 on the money line, over under 41.5. Which way you leaning?
Division rivals early, 2 teams moving in opposite directions. Mind you, I don't think Panthers are necessarily moving up that much, but they're stagnant. We'll call it at least holding their ground. Maybe they'll get better than last
70% of the tickets on the Saints here.
Yeah. I think the Saints are moving in the wrong direction. They have terrible cap space contracts. They got a lot going wrong over there. I'm going to take the Panthers +4.
Oh God.
Yeah, it sucks. It's where I'm at.
Would you rather have Andy Dalton or Bryce Young as your starter today?
For this one game, I'd rather have Dalton, but he hasn't made me happy.
Yeah.
And again, I like the under in this one. I'm sorry for giving out so many unders. I'll start giving out some overs in a little while. Both these teams' defenses get overshadowed by their terrible offenses. So I think we're going to see a really tough game. I like the +4 the most, just because I think it's going to be that tight-knit of a game, but I would not be surprised at all if this is freaking 7-6 at halftime.
Yeah, a 7-6 at the end of the game, maybe.
I just
We've
don't.
seen that type of shit.
It's one of those games I'm not even excited to watch it. I'll have it in one of my 4 boxes, but there's way better games this week.
Yeah.
But you give me +4 in division with the team that's, in my opinion, New Orleans is on the downswing. Carolina's going to do better than last year. It's a lot of points in division.
Yeah. I mean, you got Derek Carr, Taysom Hill, Alvin Kamara, Jamal Williams.
Big aging names, to be honest.
Yeah. And after that, it's like, I just don't know receiver wise. You got Chris Olave.
Olave.
Olave is going to ball this year.
No
doubt about it. This is a tough one. I just take the under and close my eyes in this game. Like, no bullshit.
You like the Saints a little. You could say you like that the Carolina's going to be close all game and then blow it.
I refuse to take the Panthers, bro. I'm done with them already.
The Panthers are going to be close all game and then just blow it.
Yeah. I'm going under 41.5 as my official lead.
Let's do it. Now we're aligned. We're aligned 2 picks in a row now.
Yeah.
Colts last one under here.
From this game, I don't even want to spend any more seconds on it. All right, here's a good one.
Good game.
Florida matchup. We got Jacksonville Jags coming to Miami, bro. I actually think Miami's being super slept on this season.
Good game.
The Jags +165. They're getting 3.5 points on the road here. Over under 50.5. I think this is the highest total, isn't it? Or just up
Probably.
There? Probably top 1 or 2.
It's right there.
What are you leaning on this game?
Throw you a bone, Matty.
Yeah.
I had the Jags as a +300 to win their division, but I don't think they win this game.
And the over's down to 49, by the way.
I like the Dolphins here.
Yeah.
I just think it's going to be fresh in the minds how little the Dolphins did in the playoffs. Dude, they drew a terrible card in freezing Kansas City. Poor Miami. They should have been hosting Buffalo. I think that was the difference if they won the game, or I forget what the swing was in that loss to Buffalo. No total lean for me. Just Dolphins -3.5.
I'm going to go the same way here. I like the 3.5 numbers, right? We always said psychologically.
Yeah,
it's like the 3.5 is like bait to the dog side, right?
Dolphins by 10.
Trevor Lawrence, I mean, the Jags blew it last season. They had the division. Shout out my boy Grant from Backyard Breaks. He had a big loss on that. I still feel bad to this day. He had that preseason like $50 or $60K bet on the Jags to win the division.
Oh.
And they looked good all season. They blew it towards the end. But
man.
I think I'm pretty sure he's going again on that same bet, which I think you're going to get a better number now.
3-1.
But last year they were favored. They were -155 to win the division last year.
I mean, they were up against a rookie coach and rookie quarterback.
So I'm going Dolphins here. I think T-Law's going to come on this season, but I don't know how soon that'll start. I got to go with the robust Dolphins offense, bro. I just think that another year with Tua.
They picked up your boy OBJ.
Bro, they got OBJ is like a 3 or 4 guy now. I mean, if you have OBJ as your third
he's
or
just
fourth,
running slants and hooks.
Yeah, I mean, the Dolphins are a machine, bro. I don't understand how how is this number not 5 or 6 to me.
And the coach is saucy now, dude.
Oh yeah, the coach. Yeah, he did a couple lines of cocaine and
he has a good tan. He grew his hair out. He greases it up.
Yeah, so
he's chasing Latin mommies.
That's either going to age very well or very poorly on social media. There's no
It'll age well. It'll age well. He's a former Niner. We show all Niners love here.
Yeah, I mean, look, Tua, Raheem Mostert, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Jonnu Smith, Odo Beckham. I mean, they're just loaded, bro. I don't even see OBJ on the roster. Where is he? OBJ's on the roster, right? Or am I tripping?
I don't know.
I don't see
you
him.
You told me that. I didn't even.
Or where did he go? Were you thinking the wrong team?
You tell me.
Am I fucking tripping? Yeah, he's on the Dolphins. Why is he not?
Maybe.
Okay, so he's on the what's it called list?
Unable to perform.
I think so.
Injury? Okay.
I don't know. So that's why he's not on the official roster.
And
So I guess
they got
he
good
won't
running
be,
backs too.
so
Both
I
the
don't
running
think-
backs are
I don't
damn
think
good.
he'll be playing week 1. But yeah, you got Raheem Moser.
They had
You
a
got-
good defense too.
Yeah. I'm going Dolphins. I lean over, but I probably won't touch it. But I'm just going to take Miami minus the 3.5 here. This is a game I'm going to hate taking the dog money line on. But it is
The
what
only
it
time
is.
we'll be scared is when the Dolphins are up 10 late and Jacksonville has the ball.
Yeah,
And we're just going to say, don't get a touchdown. Don't get a
I
touchdown.
can see that playing out. Like,
Deal it
yeah.
out or get a field goal.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Well, let me know what do we get? What's the primetime game? I want to make sure. Sunday Night Football is the Rams Lions. Okay, so
We got two good games and Monday Night Football.
so
There's
this
some good
is-
games. I'll tell you.
So we got
I
up
got you.
next. We have the Vikings Giants. This is the last 1 p.m. game on
Dude,
the
so-
slate.
Yeah.
1 p.m. Eastern game. So we have Minnesota traveling to the Giants as a 1.5 point road favorite here. Pretty close to a pick'em game on the money line. And then we have the over-under at 41.5. What do you like here?
Dude, the Vikings lost Jefferson and they lost their number one wide receiver and number one what am I saying?
Quarterback.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
You got Sam Darnold,
Sam Darnold coming over from
which
Niners.
Sam Darnold is, I think, very underrated, bro. He's very, very underrated. It just depends. It's about coaching and what you put around him at the end of the day.
Yeah, and again, sorry guys, they didn't lose Justin Jefferson. I was talking about the penny to Jamar Chase,
Yeah.
but they lost their quarterback who feeds Justin Jefferson. Did they lose a running back too? I think they lost a running back. But
They
long
have
story
Aaron
short,
Jones now from
yeah,
the
they got
Packers.
Aaron Jones from the Packers. So this is actually one of my survivor picks, the Vikings.
Really?
I'm just not high on the Vikings this year. They're in a very tough division.
But you on a week 1, you would take a 1.5 point favorite in Survivor?
I don't love it, but yeah, dude, then you want some upsets. Dude, this is a very tough week 1. If you looked at the whole slate together,
Yeah.
this is very tough. I'll probably have Cincy, Seahawks, Vikings.
Yeah.
We'll cover that later, but
I like Minnesota too.
I like
here.
Minnesota here, dude. The Giants lost talent. Saquon was the only thing holding them together. Is the little Paisano Italian their quarterback? I don't even know. Is it
Tommy
Dime?
DeVito and Daniel Jones and Drew Lock. You got a trio there that'll probably rotate in and out
It's
all
like,
season. I'd
dude.
imagine Daniel Jones is the starter.
The Vikings are still a good team. Yeah, they lost Cousins. They got, again, there's a reason they're minus 1.5 here. I think what the Giants lost is more substantial. They lost a good running back and a good receiver. And again, I don't know. Is Tommy starting? Probably. I don't know.
I thought
Is
Daniel Jones. I was just looking that up because I thought Daniel
Danny
Jones
Dimes?
was still the
Is it
starter.
Dimes time? I don't even
So
know.
Daniel Jones is a top 10 fantasy QB, and that was in 2022.
No, he's
Yeah,
not
that
a
was in
top 20 anymore.
2022.
Well, long story short, guys, I'm taking Minnesota here. I do think the news about Cousins being gone is Cousins is good. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I think
Sam Darnold's a very competent replacement.
I think he's a
I think
decent
he's
quarterback.
90, I think he's 80% of.
He's
Kirk
never
Cousins.
really had a chance with a receiver, dude. He was with the Jets. They had no one
He was
for
at
him.
that poverty of a franchise.
So,
bro.
dude, give me the 1.5. Give me the steal, and you want to use a team that you don't want to use again. I want the win, and I want them off my slate for Survivor. So,
yeah, but you're at risk of losing week 1.
of course,
it is what
but
it
you're
is.
at loose every week. I
Yeah.
just was very underimpressed.
I like that Survivor pick. It's
Didn't
a bold
the Giants
pick.
just get absolutely waxed last week 1 and 2 last year? I think they lost like by 50 to the Cowboys.
That's right, because I was high on them and I looked like an idiot. And the
okay.
Giants got fucking destroyed.
They got worse. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
They got worse.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm Minnesota here minus the points. I'm probably not touching this over under here just because I don't know what the Giants are going to do offensively, but this is one of those numbers I'm kind of blown away by. Why are the Vikings not a 3-point road favorite here? So it makes you wonder, I guess
It's because they lost talent.
Well, it's because they lost Cousins. So I guess I think if Kirk Cousins here is a 3-point spread.
Bro, to me, it says more that Darnold's a road favorite.
Yeah.
When's the last time Sam Darnold was a road favorite?
Right.
5 years
100%.
ago?
I don't know if he ever was.
Yeah. So there we go. I'm taking it. One of my sleeper picks. I think this is going to be a sharper's play.
Yeah.
I want Minnesota up 10.5 so I can up 17 going in the fourth.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the afternoon slate. We got the Raiders against the Chargers here. Raiders are a plus 155 underdog on Bet Openly. They are a 3-point dog on the spread, and the over-under, another low one, 40.5. I think that's the lowest total of the week. It's got to be. 40.5 is the number. What do you make of this game, bro? This is kind of a weird division game.
Oh, man. So we got Jim Harbaugh back.
Yeah. His debut.
He's a good coach. He has NFL experience, so it's not like he's coming up from college to pros for the first time. He knows what he's getting into.
I do like Aiden O'Connell. I believe he's the starter. You got Gardner Minshew, my guy Gardner Minshew's in, and Aiden O'Connell. The Raiders, I'll tell you what, they have some talent that they can put together here.
Dude, they got a lot of talent. Dude, pretty boy Jimmy didn't belong on the Raiders.
No.
Minshew belongs on the Raiders.
Aiden O'Connell, I think, is another one of those guys. He's like a Sam Darnold in a way where he's good, but he's kind of slept on, needs talent around him.
Yeah. So I don't like this play either way from a betting perspective. Like, it's not on any of my slates. I do think the Chargers have been really good and just had some poor coaching decisions. I always go back to the games that they lost to the Chiefs via coach. Bad coach, bad coach, bad coach. The talent's still there. They have the better quarterback. They have the better, maybe not the better receiving core, but the better core linebacker defense. Maybe not as good of a line as the Raiders.
Yeah.
I do think the Chargers need to win this game to get the season on track. So, the Raiders put up a fight last year against the Chiefs too. So,
right.
And yeah, I think this is price fair. It's, the standard of the 3 points at home. I think some people drop that at 2 points at home now.
Yeah.
Depending on the guy. The weather will be nice. It will be a 70% Raiders in that stadium. I'll go over on this one. Over 40.
I love the over. It's
just
the only thing I like in the game. I love the over. I mean, why is this number so low? To me, it makes no sense. I mean, the Chargers, they don't have a ton of wide receiver weapons. I'm looking at their roster right now. Like DJ Chark is there now. They have a couple good running backs like Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins. But Justin Herbert's obviously, your franchise. I think he can sling the rock around, put up enough points. I mean, can each of these teams score 21 or more? I think the answer is yes. Aiden O'Connell and Devontae Adams. I just think that each team can do enough here to get over that 21 mark. Maybe like a 24-21 game where it goes over is my prediction. So I'm definitely leaning on the over.
Yeah, I'm leaning over too here. And I do think the Sharps bought this down a little from the originally 42 opening. But I fade Sharps all the time. I think
buying
this is
it
a
back
position
now at a good number.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're getting it back. 41 gets the job done.
Yeah.
I just think both teams will be able to put up some points and have some fun. And I do think Harbaugh wants to have fun with his team. So I think they'll air it out.
100%. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Good running backs. Oh, so this is one that with my survivor that I'm all over. I want the Seattle Seahawks to get the W, and I want them off my slate. Bo Nix is the starter, right? Rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going against a rookie quarterback. I love that. Seattle has a good home field advantage. I love that. A lot of things clicking for me. A lot of moving parts in Denver coming and going. A lot of underperformance. So this is a happy survivor for me in Seattle.
Yeah.
I don't love it, but I
think
like
is a much less fishy survivor pick than
Cincy?
The Bengals.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like I think it's less like Cincy feels too easy, right? Everyone's gonna be on them. I think this is a good one because it's a 6-point spread. Like they should overwhelmingly win. But it's like I don't know.
You just get anxious. Like a kid like Bo that was in the Oregon offense that slangs the rock. So
he has some weapons. Cortland Sutton. I mean, he don't have a ton of weapons.
No, he doesn't have a lot of weapons, but he'll slang the rock. He'll throw it around.
Javonte Williams at the running back position.
Good tight end.
It's tough.
A game I'm not overly excited about. I'll put my name next to this on Survivor for Seattle. I want the Seahawks. I'm calling them the Seahawk Tuas from now on. That's their new name, the Seahawk Tuas. So that's their name in my book. I want them off my slate as a Niner fan. They've broken my heart over the last decade. I think they win this game.
Yeah. I like Seattle as a survivor pick. That would be if I was in Survivor, which I actually forgot to get in this year, That would be my official week 1 survivor pick would be the Seahawks here. I just think you're asking too much for, the Broncos, the rookie quarterback on the road, not a ton of weapons to win in a stadium that traditionally is one of the best fan bases.
Very loud.
So in a non-division game too, like I just think Seattle is going to overwhelm them at home here. We'll see what Geno Smith's able to put together with this season.
And I like
still have
Seattle as a
DK
run
Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Kenneth Walker.
Exactly.
You have a squad, so I think Seattle gets it done. I think I would lean on them to cover this spread too.
I agree. But if y'all force me, I'm going -6.
Yeah, agreed. Let's move on. All right, up next, the Dallas Cowgirls are traveling to Cleveland, where they're a +132 underdog and getting 2.5 points on the spread. Over under 42.5 here. Cleveland's defense has been nasty historically here. The question is, can they hold Dak? And can both these teams' defenses hold the other offense? Because this number's at 42.5. What do you think?
Can and will. I think the squarest play of the week is Dallas money line. If it wasn't for really
it's hard to play
good dogs, and the Baltimore's a good dog. Green Bay's a good dog, and they're both in prime time on Thursday, Friday. If it wasn't for that, Dallas would be overwhelmingly square bet of the dog of the week for most people. The entire, I don't even know if they call themselves Dallas Nation or whatever. The entire Dallas Cowboy Nation is going to be behind a 1-0 start. They can't wrap their head around 0-1. And I'm telling you, Cleveland has a run game. Cleveland has a defense. They got home field. And if Deshaun does anything he was supposed to, they have an extreme upper edge, and they're already favored in this game. So, full stop. I'm on Cleveland -2.5. Fading the hell out of Dallas. Love this game. I don't think it'll be pretty. So this might be my last under I give out, under 42.5. Actually, I got one more after this. But the only reason why I'm not betting this under is I do think both of them can give up a couple points. We saw Dallas get absolutely shredded by a very different Green Bay team. Shredded, though, in their house.
Yeah.
And it'll be nice weather in Cleveland. Remember, this is in Cleveland in December.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a very tough game for me. I'm gonna lean under. I can see either side winning this game.
Dallas has a good defense.
Yeah, let me see.
People don't like to admit that.
I want to see the tickets here.
The haters don't like to admit that Dallas has a good defense.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with Dallas is they always do come out and make you think they're winning the Super Bowl. They come out and they look really good. Look what they did in week 1 last season. Now, that was the Giants in a division game, but they blew them off the field. So you have to wonder here, you're getting them as a +132 dog on the road.
So Dallas lost Pollard.
And surprisingly, only 55% of the tickets are on Dallas. This almost feels like a spot to take Dallas.
Really?
They're so good in week 1. They always look good in the beginning of the year. The whole world isn't betting on them right now.
Hold on.
I'm almost wondering if this is a dog spot in Dallas, bro.
You're crazy.
Really?
Hold on. Zeke is their number 1 running back? They lost Pollard and Zeke got it back?
So Pollard...
I know Pollard left.
Yeah, so Pollard is gone, and then their running back roster right now...
Rico Dodal and
Cooper
Deuce Vaughn.
And Zeke. Yeah. But doesn't that make you think that this is like Dak's
Zeke
offense
lost
now?
a step. Zeke did nothing.
No, I know that, but I'm saying this is gonna be a shotgun offense, bro. Dak's gonna sling the rock this year.
That makes me scared for the over/under, but
yeah,
dude, I don't know. I don't think Dallas did obviously all the news is about CeeDee Lamb getting signed.
Yeah,
I don't think Dallas did a good enough job replacing Tony Pollard. I don't. Yeah. I don't think the aging Zeke was the right choice.
So Deuce Vaughn's from Kansas State.
He's a little savage dude.
He's the little Darren Sproles.
The little Sproles, exactly. Good comparison.
Dude, I think he could ball out.
We'll see.
He was the 212th pick in the draft.
Dude,
I got a weird
some
feeling
of those things
about
that
him,
work
bro.
Some of those things that work well in college don't translate over.
Well, the Cowboys are smart though, because now they're not investing big money into their backs.
No,
you can go pick out some guys from college and
and Rico is a Gamecock. He's a South Carolina kid.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
And he's like their power back.
He's their beast.
He's 215 pounds. They'll be just fine, bro.
I'm calling it now. Dallas can't run the ball. They get punched in the face and they have to go out and make a move.
I'm going to say the Cowboys win in Cleveland this week. I'm going to take the Cowgirls to get it done. So you can never call me a fucking biased Eagles fan again in your life.
Are you going money line or 2.5?
Keep the damn points. I'm going money line here. 2.5's not worth shit to me anyways.
And I'm -2.5. So Cleveland by 1 coming up.
No,
I'm just playing.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one here. All right, the Washington Commanders traveling to Tampa Bay. By the way, I'm still so fucking mad. I hate the Tampa Bay Bucs. I hate all you fans that got in my face when I was at the Tampa Bay game in the playoffs. You're all dead to me. If you're a Tampa Bay Bucs fan, just log off. Don't even watch my podcast. But I am so pissed about that game, bro. I do like Baker Mayfield, though, I will say. I'm a fan of Baker Mayfield. The Bucs fans got in my face. Almost got into a fist fight when I was in Tampa last year for the playoffs, but I didn't even do anything either, too. That's the crazy part.
We were deep, too. We were like 6 of us. We were pretty chill.
Bay
I know.
Fans, bro. Drunk Tampa Bay fans.
We're both South Florida guys.
Yeah.
Florida people know how to drink. Let's just say that.
That's true.
There were some drunks before at the Card Rock, during.
Yeah, that's true.
I did sit next to, who was your Eagles, your number 1 draft pick? The mom was lovely. She's your DN.
Pete was with us last year.
Yeah, but whoever your number 1 draft pick, you almost got Rookie of the Year. Damn it.
Cornerback?
No, D end.
No. Our cornerback was a draft pick.
Last year, 1 or 2. Whoever your All-Pro DN from Bama was.
Oh, Reddick.
Yeah. His mom.
Oh, gotcha.
His mom was lovely. We sat.
I thought you meant this year. I was like, what?
No, last year we sat with his mom at the. You don't remember that?
Yeah.
We were in the high limit room.
Wait,
she's a lovely lady. No, who's the DN?
Wait, we sat with his mom?
Yeah, you don't. Dude, were you that faded? Maybe you weren't. Were you not with me after the game? Maybe you were pissed off.
I'm so confused.
Eagles DN depth chart. Come on, they're from.
I'm so confused.
Who's your DN from Bama? God damn it! Give me 1 second.
Oh, you're talking about D tackle, Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis.
Oh, okay. That's why you said DN, so I was confused.
Plays like nose and mixes it up.
Yeah. The monster, bro.
And
or Jalen Carter.
Oh, Jalen Carter.
So Jalen Carter.
Mrs. Carter.
Davis. Yeah, Mrs. Carter. Okay.
That's who we were sitting next to. My bad, dude.
Yeah.
Mrs. Carter. But long story short, showing all of Miss Carter some love. So to this game, this is one that has my head scratching. I think this opened up at 5. It's moved down to 3. This is a rookie quarterback in Commeyville. The Commies got my old assistant GM. He is now their GM. Again, GM, they still have their coach, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But a lot of moving parts there. A lot of moving parts in Commanders. And Bucs, yeah, they're aging. But their defense, their running backs came back. They're I call him Baker every time. Baker Mayfield staying. He got his second win.
Yeah. He got an extension too, didn't he?
Dude, these are, again, not to throw shade. These are guys there are guys out there that get drafted by the Cleveland and the Jets and feel like they never had their chance. Now he comes into a pretty good situation.
Yeah.
Dude, Baker balled out last year.
Rashad White, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. I mean,
he balled out. They're aging. But he balled out last year.
Yeah.
And now they're home. And they're opening up against a rookie quarterback. This kid can slang, though. Their quarterback, Jalen, can slang. I'm just surprised this one's dropping. I thought 5 was the true line. So I like -3.
Yeah.
I feel very square on it.
Back spot.
I feel very square. The Sharps have bought this down. I want to be clear. Matty Sharp or square segment.
Yeah.
Bucs are square. Sharps came in on commies pretty high at 5 and 4, 4.5, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm still buying the Bucs here. I'll be fading the Sharps in this play. This is one, I have it as my 4th survivor pick. I'm probably not going to use it, but it's the first one on the reserves if I need it.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I lean Bucs here at home, even though I still hate the Bucs. It's a weird line. You said it was at 5 and went down to 3.
4.5, 4.
I think I agree with you. I think 5 is the real line here.
Keeps getting bought down.
5 plus
Sharps
is the real line. I just think Baker's on a mission, bro. You know, he's got more chemistry now. Another year in the books. They made a good run. There's a lot of high expectations in Tampa. I'm going to trust that they have enough here. Austin Eckler, they got a squad on offense, so I think they can get it done. I don't understand why the line went down this much. I guess the sharp money just brought it down, but that's crazy to me. Why are they so high on the Commanders? I said Austin Eckler. He plays for the Commanders. But no, Baker has just so many good wide receivers.
Eckler's a good pickup for them.
Yeah, Eckler's a huge pickup for them.
Dude, they got Scary Terry. They're going to be able to move the ball. They're going to be a decent offense. And they've played.
Tell me this, bro.
Their offense.
What's wrong with this over 44.5?
That their defense at times has showed they can compete.
I think this over is fucking sneaky, bro.
I like it.
I think this
again,
over,
I'm square.
This over is super sneaky.
The scarps
Let
are
me just
firmly
make
on
sure
the
that number
commies.
is what it is right now. So on
me tell
Bet
you?
Openly, it's down to 43.5, bro. I think this
Bought
over
down
is
even more.
super sneaky.
I just think Tampa Bay's defense is going to be able to hold the rookie kid a little bit. And again, I'm contradicting myself as a hair here, guys. So listen, I think Jalen at 6 or 7 to 1 for rookie of the year is a good pick. He has weapons.
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden, sorry.
Yeah.
I think Jaden's a good pick at 6 to 7 to 1. Obviously, that we know the favorites, Caleb. But
I'll tell you what, if they even get a wild card, he can win it. Because it's a tough division to beat out the Cowboys
to
and
get a
Eagles,
wild card out of Jesus.
All right, my official lean, I'm going over 44.5, maybe Bucs -3. To me, that could be a solid same game parlay. Bucs in the over. Even
Bucs
though
run it up.
It's a little square, but maybe they put up a 30-piece, 30-17 Bucs.
24-21 gets it done.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next game here. We have the Rams at the Lions. So this is actually the highest total of the entire week one.
That makes sense.
And it's a primetime game. You can almost default to taking the under here. That sounds crazy.
But do it.
You feel like you could just take the under here and win, but man, it's a scary under to take. The Rams are a 3.5 point dog in Detroit. Plus 165 on the money line, over under 51.5. What you like here?
I still think the Rams should have beat Detroit in that playoff game. I remember the punt. Rams are up 3. They get the ball.
So this is a revenge spot, basically.
Yeah, the Rams get the ball. Again, if my memory's wrong, guys, correct me in the comments. Rams are up 3. Detroit punts the ball. I think the Rams catch it at the 50. And they almost run it back to the 45. And they get nope. They do a 3 and out where if they could have gone up, So I think these are two even teams. Detroit, I would obviously put a little higher on the talent realm. I think Aaron Donald being gone from the Rams is going to be a big deal. I think their defense is going to take a step down.
For sure.
I think Detroit, my Niners, are going to be able to put some points up against them. So, remember I told you I would only give out one more under. It's not going to be this one. I'm going to take the Rams plus 3.5 here.
Yeah.
It's a revenge spot. Revenge spot.
I could honestly see the Rams winning this game in a revenge spot. I just feel like the Lions, they're going to have such high expectations this year. They come in now and it's like, you can see them just laying an egg here and not playing well in week one. That's more of just a gut intuition play for me, but I like the 3.5 here. I think they're live on the money line as well.
Absolutely.
I think we'll see the Matthew Stafford of from a couple seasons
ago. Good
ago.
narrative.
Yeah. I like this Rams team on the road here. I like Detroit in general. They're a fun team. They're solid to bet on.
They got good fans.
But at some point we have to see them regress a little bit. Is Jared Goff really the guy?
Dude, he has nasty stats.
But that's my point. At some point
though.
the league's gonna figure him out a little bit and he's gonna regress. And I think this is a perfect spot to buy the dog here on the road.
I'm seeing fireworks here. It's gonna be square. We know the system about primetime unders.
Yeah.
I'm seeing. Is this an Amazon Prime game too? That 0-0?
Who the fuck knows? It might be Peacock. It might
Peacock.
Be ESPN.
Fucking God knows. Discovery Network.
It
don't matter.
It is a
Sunday Night Football probably. It'll be on just regular Fox or whatever.
It's NBC Peacock.
NBC Peacock. There we go. Yeah. So I think we get it. I think.
Yeah. So we should get it on NBC.
I'm going to take the 3.5 here just because I also like the over, even though it's a bit square. I believe the Rams should have won that game.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm going Rams too. Rams plus the points. Rams plus on the money line.
Let's do it.
And I'm staying away from that over under just because I have a weird feeling the Lions are not going to put up the points we think they will.
Oh, okay.
I could see a 24-17 Rams type of game.
Let's do it.
All right, let's move on here. This is Monday night?
This is Monday Night Football.
This is the last game of the week here.
Oh, man.
Wow. What a classic.
Saucy.
Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers is
There's
back.
a lot of hype on this Jets team. A lot of expectations going into San Francisco.
We signed everyone. Trent signed today.
Oh man, I plus 174, plus 3.5 on the spread, over under 43.5. The question is this 3.5 enough points in San Francisco? Because the Jets might have a good defense, but this Niners team can score.
We're gonna score against that Jets defense.
Yeah,
we are, and we're also gonna hold them to not scoring. I think my Niners win by 10. I'll have some fun with people that want nice gifts to like -6. Want that money line -200. We can have some fun. You want those Jets plus 200. It's probably only like plus 160 with a book. We can have some fun, my degen. So comment at me on Twitter or X. Brock is 320 ranked games from setting the record for first 3 seasons. The kid, y'all say he's just a system guy. He's deep ball accuracy. He controls the ball. We re-signed all his talent now. I think we're the 8th or 10th oldest team in the division or league. Not the greatest, but we've been so damn close. I think our division's going to be a step down of easier with Arizona and Seattle going the wrong direction. Bigger picture, how they drafted. I'm hoping the Rams, we've swept the division the last 2 years, so hoping the Rams stay the same to us. But this is a big game, dude. You don't open up after a Super Bowl loss at home with a loss.
Yeah.
So I'm Niners all the way. Man, I liked it better when it was -5.5, -6. That 3.5 makes me nervous. I thought it dropped because the Jets were going to get Devontae Adams. I thought Rodgers was going to bring him in. And I was like, dude, if the Jets get a top one-on-one receiver, they're real nasty. So I still think they might. If the Raiders start off really slow and the Jets start off really fast or competing with some holes.
Yeah.
But for week 1, I think my Niners squeak out a win, and I think they do it with defense, guys. I don't think it's crazy. I think the Niners, I'm on the under here, under 43.5.
I'm on the under as well. I love this on this under. Both sides have just such stellar defenses. The Jets actually picked up my boy Hassan Reddick, but I don't think he's going to play week 1. I think he's still banged up. But look at their defense. Javon Kinlaw.
Dude, both defenses
they picked up your boy Javon Kinlaw.
I know. Kinlaw never did much for us.
CJ Mosley. I mean, this Jets, I understand why people are betting them to win the division and to win the Super Bowl, because forget Aaron Rodgers for a second. Just look at the names on this defense, bro.
Bro, it's nasty.
Sauce Gardner, Quincy Williams, CJ Mosley, Quinnen Williams. Dude, Lennon Taylor, Hassan Reddick. I mean, they just have I could see it is kind of scary because the Jets week 1 last year, you saw what happened to Rodgers. I think they
won the game.
I think they come out very conservative offensively. They let their defense really get after San Francisco. I think we see a scoreless first quarter.
I like it.
I like the under here a lot.
Makes my heart beat, but what I'll also say,
I don't think I can take the Niners in this spot.
It's Robert Saleh too. It's our old defensive coordinator, so he knows our team.
Right.
And I hate to say this, now that Ricky Pearsall got shot, that's our 1 overall draft pick. He clearly won't be playing this week.
Yeah.
That was
crazy.
Only starter on the offense that Saleh didn't know.
Yeah.
And we're not even going to run him. So I'm gonna say the Niners win this one with defense. Our defense. We got to hold the Jets to like 13-16, and that's how this week ends. So 20-16 Niners, 23-16 Niners, 24-13 Niners, something like that.
I like the under. I'm not going to be as high in the Niners as Gino will be.
That's okay.
I'm not probably going to take a side here. Honestly, I'd probably take the points if you made me take a side, but I'm going to stay away.
Do it.
I'm going to go the under in that Jets game. I like both defenses to show out. I think like a 2017 or 17-14 type of game.
I just want the W, so however we get it, I'll take it.
Yeah.
You can win by 1.
All right, that concludes the game slate. We are going to move forward to our player props segment, where we're going to bring in our guy Trevor into the show. So let's go ahead and bring him on. What's good, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Big Trent just got paid, $48 million guaranteed, 84 over 3, which we knew they were going to do. So they were going to pay him his last 2 years, hit him up on that, and then get him going from there. So we saw that coming.
We
But I'm happy we got everybody. Uncle G just talked about, right? I mean, Purcell's obviously a dog, right? Like, I mean, the dude gets shot. He was already back working out. Like, it's like a miracle it went through the way it did. So,
do you know how long he's supposed to be out for?
I saw a report today he was already back in the gym. So
what?
Yeah, like he was in the gym working out today.
But there's a 0% chance he plays Monday.
No, 0%. He's He's out. He's marked out for Monday.
Okay, so best case scenario, he misses 1 week.
Yeah. So he's on.
Because dude, no, something that deep, you can't wear pads. Hold on, he's gonna be out more. The wound is gonna be too deep. Stitches take a month to heal.
I don't know. We'll see.
I think he's out 4 weeks. The depth of the wound. You can't wear pads and take hits.
I think he's out for. I think he's out 4.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Like Stitches and out 4. Okay, but all I was saying that sucks is we don't have many secret weapons that Salah doesn't know about. That was one of them. I actually like Juwan in this game. No. I love him. I'm talking about Robert Salah knows our team.
Oh, for sure.
Our team hasn't changed a lot in 2 years.
No, and that's the best. I mean, our game's the best game of the week. Like it's
gonna be cutthroat, dude. It's gonna be a good game.
I'm excited for that game.
I like the Texans Colts are gonna be a good one too. And what was the revenge game we were just talking about? Oh, the Rams.
Rams at Detroit.
There's a few good.
There's some good games, dude.
Yeah.
And I was talking about Survivor nonstop. This is a hard week. You got Cincy against the garbage, the trash Pats, which never know.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm probably gonna take. I renamed them. The Seahawk to us.
I like the Seahawks. That Seahawks, I think, is a
that's what we're calling them all year.
Yeah.
So
feed us, bro. Feed us
some props.
Feed us first and foremost.
So
I gotta ask you.
Start Thursday. Okay, hold on.
I always gotta ask you, bro. The people want to know the 3 TD player prop we're going with of the week.
You sick? 3?
Didn't we do that?
Didn't we
do that last year? Didn't we do a 3 TD?
Yeah, I got a 2 TDer to start.
Okay, come on.
So we only have Thursday, Friday props out basically right now.
Yeah.
But there's some massive value. So we're going to start with KC, okay? We know, right, in that game, Baltimore's got to lock up Kelsey. They've got to lock up Rice, which is going to leave the combine record setter, Xavier Worthy, to streak downfield. I
love that pick.
It's up to 46.5. If you were in DD, you got it at 44.5. But him over 46.5 yards is minus 120 at books. It's plus 100 at bet openly right now. 2 catches. He's going to catch a couple deep ones. He's got Mahomes throwing him the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Worthy's going to have a monster year in that offense. And that number should not be below 50.
I gave out.
It's literally one catch for him, too.
Yeah, it broke my heart, but I gave out the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs cover -3 in that game. I know people were high on all the moves Baltimore made.
It's just again, I like that game, but it's opening game. We saw what the defenses did last game. That's why I like Worthy here.
He's gonna go crazy for Kansas City this year.
Yeah, right.
He's like their Tyreek Hill now.
Exactly, they re-got Tyreek.
Yeah,
that's what they did.
That's who they went and replaced him,
exactly
and they actually have a receiver. Right. What I said is he's faster than MVS and he can catch. So unlike MVS that would miss all those catches that Mahomes hit him in the hands with, Worthy's not going to drop the ball. He's going to catch it and walk in. So it's I like him in that spot. And then Friday, this is the thing I don't think people are talking about enough. Look at what Moore did for Dallas, and he's now with Philly. I think A.J. Brown is about to eat this year. I think he's going to have a monster year. All right.
Because you have to defend the run now. That's the key.
You have to, right?
Yeah.
You got to defend Devonta, right? You got to defend Goddard. Like this isn't
100%.
Just
if you double AJ Brown, you're fucked. That's why we're so good this year. Like bias aside, we can hand it to Saquon. Jalen can keep the ball and run outside. You can throw it down the middle to Goddard. Devontae on the outside. Like it really is crazy when you think about it.
And Goddard's my tight end. And,
Maybe I am gonna hammer us Friday night, bro.
oh, you're not. You thought you were gonna not bet the game.
Hold on.
Maddie's like, I'm not
give you
betting the
one here.
game.
So here's the deal, right? Look at what Moore's offense did with Dallas with Dak and Lamb. Now I put AJ and Lamb close, right? I like AJ a little bit better, but I think Jalen's a way better quarterback than Dak ever will be because he's gonna have an offense to throw in this year. So let's talk a little season long. Jalen's line of 3,500 yards is criminal, like absolutely criminal. And I'm betting him not only to beat that, I'm betting him to lead the league in passing at plus 3,200.
Oh, wow. I'm on that. Let me get in on that, bro. What book is that?
It was at FanDuel earlier.
Did you see my Saquon Offensive Rookie of the Year pick?
Or you mean Offensive Player of the Year? Yeah. So
Offensive Player of the Year, yeah.
Don't
say it's bad pick, bro.
No, I don't think it's bad. I think it's
we have a
Kellen
connection
Moore's
issue.
offense,
He's gonna frame it.
Kellen Moore throws the ball. Look at his pass rate over expectation.
Yeah,
well into the high 60s. Like it's the offense he runs. Now, I think it might take a game or two, right? No Kelsey, line cohesion, right? But I think by game 4, Philly's just trucking teams like offensively. I just think they're just scoring many points. It doesn't matter what the defense does. They're just going to run people out of the building. So in this game right now, A.J. Brown is plus 110, plus 120 for an anytime touchdown. He is plus 164 at Bet Openly. You are a moron if you don't go take it at plus 164.
164?
That is lunacy, buddy. That's lunacy, buddy. You can get a plus 164. I am looking at it as we speak on Bet Openly right now. Like, that number should not be there. And where are we going? Not only is he going to dunk it once, he's going to dunk it twice in this game for plus 850.
Plus 850.
That's crazy.
Plus 850. I think he's coming out of the
What's
game.
plus 850?
Jalen Brown.
2 touchdowns for AJ. All right. And your 3, right? If you want, if the baddie special of the week,
no,
the 3
you're sick. 2 is plenty.
You can go plus 6,000 for a sprinkle
on AJ.
60 to 1.
Has he ever had a trifecta?
I know he's had at least 2 twice last year. So because he cooked Washington and he both times
2 twice means anything over 800 is ROI positive.
Yeah, so I mean it's there, and again, completely different offensive scheme, right? Again, Kellen Moore throws the ball. I think they're gonna use Saquon to set up play action and just cook with him. I think it's a great spot for him, and those numbers are off. He should not be plus 164, and I think Jalen has a few less rushing touchdowns. Why beat him up when they can hand the ball to Saquon now? Right? Like, they don't have to have Jalen fall in the end zone. They could just hand it to Saquon. Like, I think it keeps his body healthier. And again, I really like this spot. And then they end up putting a little Jair on him and he just cooks him. I think this is going to be AJ's year. Like, this is the year AJ's going to break out. I think he's going to lead the league in receiving. I think he's going to have a monster year.
Let's go. It's music to my ears, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew Maddie coming in. I'm like, Maddie's going to really like.
I got a good prop, but I'm going to wait till the end. It's a Monday Night Football prop.
On AJ there. So we don't have a bunch more as of yet, right? Like, they're still dropping.
Those are good,
because again, right? Those are getting signs. But games I want to check out, and games I don't. I want nothing to do with the Saints-Panthers game. Like, Dennis Allen's going to be gone by week 6, right? Like, who wants to?
Dude, I agree.
Who wants to mess with that?
There was a couple games Maddie and I said, like, guys, we got so much good football. Like, save your
What
unis.
about Texans Colts? What do you? Because that over under's at 49.
I think that's going to be a shootout on the total. And I want the props. I want to see the lines for that game and what they're going to set. I think we could see, Richardson with 35 pass attempts. And I think we could see, Stroud with 40 plus.
Yeah.
I'm not a mixing guy. right? Like, they signed Diggs for a reason. They got Schultz, they got Tank, they got Nico. Like, I just think that's going to be a very high scoring game.
Right.
If I'm looking at points there, again, I'm wanting them to drop the lines. The other one that, is interesting you brought up is, man, I don't know what to do with the Cincy game. Like, I think Cincy wins by 30, or New England like magically like covers. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just a weird spot, and everybody's on Cincy for Survivor. Right? Cincy should win that game by double digits. It just terrifies me.
I agree. I'm only going to have one of my 3 play. I got to have one on there because I'm happy if 40%, 50% of the people are losing, I lose one square. I'm going to sneak in a Niners prop really selfishly. Pete from Just Baseball and I were texting this today. He brought a good one to my attention. I would actually alt line it. Brock Purdy's only 5.5 yards on rushing. And if you look at the Jets, they oddly allow on average 18 to 20 yards quarterback rush. Now, hear me out. No Persall, but we had, an offense last year with no Persall. But that's really only one Purdy scramble. That's where I liked it. And they let you stack it. I think you can go as high as like teenage numbers. So if you take him, you find his alt one to like the 15s, it was paying really well, 3x. So just one, guys, teams out of sync, Brock tucking the ball, good coverage on Sauce Gardner, maybe on Ayuk. Everyone not open, he tucks it and runs it. We really only need 1 or 2 Purdy rushes to get to 6 yards.
Yeah, it's last season he, especially during the playoffs, right? He was running
like crazy.
His stats, he's probably going to run 3 to 5 times in this game, and maybe more just because he's getting chased.
Exactly.
The rush line's at 6.5. It go 5.5 depending on where you go. You get up to 20 yards, you're plus 370.
Dude, 20 yards plus 370.
Yeah,
that's really just a downfield stretch. We'll see, but maybe don't go that high. But I think high teens. I really like the over under at 6 or whatever it was.
Yeah, I like that play. Again, we're just like, today's the day, right? It's Wednesday afternoon. They're starting to drop all the lines for us.
I was just peeking ahead.
Yeah, it's and they've only dropped certain spots, but that's definitely one I like. And then the other prop spot, I think is like gonna be good is I like Drake London against the Steelers. I think London's, Arthur Smith is gone, and I like Drake there. I think Drake will have a good year. So that's an interesting spot for me. It's going to be the one that's weird is how hot it's going to be down there in Miami for you guys with that Jacksonville-Miami game. I get they're both playing in Florida, but the weather looks like it's just going to be sweat your ass off time.
It hasn't been that bad. I didn't look. This week hasn't been bad. Are you saying it spikes
up? It's looking like the weekend. Yeah, it's looking like it can be real hot on Sunday when I was checking the weather. Yeah. So
no, I get it.
And then I listened to you guys. I jumped on. I listened to the Broncos, Seahawks. Yeah, that's one. It's rookie quarterback. I get it. But I like Nix for the season.
I do too.
I think Peyton grooms him as he gets reps in, and gets down the field. I think Bo can end up feeding Sutton and having a decent year throwing the ball.
Yeah, and I just like getting bad. I don't think Seahawks are having a great year. I might take the New York Giants and Minnesota Vikings over the Giants. I like getting Seattle off my book. You got to get a win though. I'll chew on this a few more times.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely overthink it a bunch already. An interesting line look ahead. They drop next Thursday, Buffalo-Miami game, and it's Miami favored by 1 as of right now.
They played them tough, dude. They could have beat them last year with a better, Buffalo had a better squad last year.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting as we see some of the week 2 lines came out for some of the games. So I thought that was an interesting look ahead.
Without a doubt. Well, shit, dude. Thanks for all this. Appreciate what are we calling him? Moonshots?
Dude, by the way, I'm loading on Xavier Worthy. over 20 and a half is his longest catch too. That's fucking soaring
Yep.
over.
Yeah, it shouldn't be 20 and a half. The dude broke, like, again, he can catch. The dude has world-class speed. He broke the record at the combine.
No,
Like,
I get
if
he's
you
fast.
go look at his athletic
fast.
memory,
With Patrick Mahomes, are you kidding me, bro?
Yeah,
I'm going
right?
big. I'm going big on this, bro. I'm telling you, we should ladder his fucking yards up to like 80, bro. Why would you not do that? That's one bomb from Patty.
Yep. Yeah, it's one, right? Like one 60-yard play and boom, he's there.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to use him to blow it off, right? Because then if they're not if they have to start covering him and they're running too high and they're trying to keep him from going over the top, right? Then Kansas City's going to eat with Rice
I'm going crazy
and
on it, bro.
Kelsey underneath.
I love it.
100%.
Right? So if I'm them, I'm going to say, hey, I'll at least take a shot at the rookie trying to beat us over the top than letting Kelsey and Rice cook me all day.
Yeah.
Makes sense, my dude. Thank you.
Cool. All right, well, let's go have a good first week of the season.
Yeah, bro. We got to start off hot. We got to start off hot. Appreciate you, bro.
All right. Later, boys.
Later, bro.
All right, bro. What else we got? Any last thoughts here?
No, my dude.
You did a good job. We broke the whole slate down. We gave you guys some player props to look at. Remember, we filmed this on a Tuesday, so keep that in mind when you're looking at the spreads or the lines or odds going into the weekend. And Trevor and Gino, you get both of their picks inside of the Discipline Degens community. That is a paid community. If you guys would like to participate, check it out. The link in the description.
We're good follows, though, too. We give out a free play every day.
Yeah. You can also check out the free Discord, free part of the Discord, and you can check out their social media handles on Twitter. I believe it's FFCU later, and then Gino.betopenly. Matty Bets everywhere. 2 S's on bets. And any last thoughts, brother?
Yeah, my dudes, if you disagree with us on anything, no disrespect. Come at us. Sincerely. Come at us on Twitter. We'll send you a Bet Openly link and we'll have fun with it. We'll both win more and lose less. The point of this show is we put our monies next to our mouth. We give out all of our plays long before. We don't erase records. Y'all can go look at our last 2 seasons. They're all posted. And I mean, it's only 3 seasons, but Maddie and I we've only been in the green, my dudes. DD's only been in the green. Our season's only been in the green. We've accurately predicted at least one of us who's going to make it to the Super Bowl and win the division. So we're having fun with this. We hope you have fun too.
We'll see you guys next week for NFL Week 2.
Later, bro.